It's time for the Parent Memoirs.
All right, so welcome to another episode of the Parent Memoirs. I'm Lara Mack.
I'm Jessica James.
Okay, so how you been doing, Chica?
Been doing fine, just hanging in there, trying to get through this last like month and a half of school. And
Yeah.
that's about it. Just, doing what I do. I don't know. What about you? How you been doing?
Doing good. Yeah, just trying to get through school where we just got notification this morning that somebody from his class, it's not just symptoms, they actually tested positive for COVID.
Fun.
So we're on quarantine again. Lovely.
Yeah. Right before,
Super fun.
we have like 6 weeks of school left.
Exactly. I'm like, okay. But honestly, I gotta say, I have a feeling, honestly, it's the teacher. I think it
Oh,
is. And that really hurts my heart. I love this woman. She's amazing. She's so good. TJ started off, and DJ went through kindergarten, and we didn't realize that there was a bunch of stuff that we were supposed to teach him, not just to maintain what he learned in kindergarten, but for him to advance. And we didn't understand that. They sent home all this stuff that we just thought was like papers and art projects and stuff from kindergarten. We didn't realize there was a packet in there that was like, hey, you're supposed to teach your kid all this stuff. And we were like, wait, what? So he started off first grade really behind. And then there was a personality clash between him and his first grade teacher. He said at the beginning of second grade, when we asked him if he liked his teacher, he was like, yeah, she doesn't hate me. And it just hurt your heart. Like,
right.
and we even told his new teacher that, and she just started crying. She was like, oh my God, that's awful. That he felt his first grade teacher hated him.
Right.
I don't blame him for feeling that way because honestly, I felt that way. I felt like she hated him. So I was
Yeah.
like, obviously, everything that happened with COVID and quarantine, like it just made him fall even further and further behind. In our
Yeah.
last parent teacher conference, he's completely caught up and ahead of most of his class.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Like, she is amazing. I won't say her last name. I don't have permission to say that. I don't even know if she doesn't even know about the show. Her name's
Yeah.
Caitlin. She's absolutely wonderful. And I really hope it's not. I hope if it's her that she's going to be, I mean, obviously I hope everybody with COVID gets better, but
Right.
I'm so sad because I feel like he got this far, even in quarantine with like,
Right.
he's in school for a week and then he's home for 3 weeks and then he's in school for a month and then he's home for 2 weeks and all this kind of back and forth. She's
Yeah.
gotten him to this point, even through all that. What could she have done without all this?
Right.
And a part of me is just like, can we have you one more year?
Right?
Please?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Like, I'm just praying to God that whoever his teacher is next year is just as amazing as Caitlin. Like,
Yeah.
I wonder if teachers can accept gifts because I'm just like, can I get you like a gift card or something? I don't know. Something to
Well,
say thank you.
no, I think you can because, like my kids have given gifts for like, Valentine's Day and Christmas and stuff like that. So, I mean, I think you're allowed to do
Mm-hmm.
like thank you gifts and stuff for teachers. I mean, because there's,
Yeah.
when we have like the teacher appreciation weeks and stuff, you can get them gifts and stuff. So, I think it'd be awesome.
Right. Yeah, I want to get her something. Like, I kind of want to have TJ paint her something, like a
Oh, that would be
personalized
fun. Yeah.
gift. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, yeah. And he adores her. He absolutely loves her. Oh, God. I'm going to be so sad when honestly, like, yes, we're just trying to get through this last few weeks of school, but
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm going to miss you so much.
Right? Oh, no, I understand. So, Amelia in kindergarten, like after it wasn't too far into the school year that her kindergarten teacher left, and she absolutely loved her kindergarten teacher. And then the new guy came in, and we've talked about him before. He was okay. And then this year,
Yeah.
I can't remember if we talked about it or not last time, but her first grade teacher now has left. Her last day was the last day right before spring break.
Okay.
And she's been totally awesome. And when the school called me and told me that her teacher was leaving, I was just like, really? But we like her so much. She's done such an awesome job. So, I mean, I know we've talked about Amelia's been a little bit behind in her reading. And she's finally like passing in her reading. And it's just because this teacher has been so amazing working with her and doing, all of her reading and her sounds and everything with her. And I was really worried that that she was going to have a really hard time with it. But she did a lot better. I think I had a harder time with it than Amelia did. Because she's been so great for Amelia. And I felt so bad that here it is, second year in a row of being in elementary school and her teacher's leaving again.
Oh.
So I feel ya.
I think we all, through quarantine, have come to a new appreciation of teachers.
Yeah.
Especially, like, you guys do not get paid enough. Like, you should be making $1 billion an hour.
Right?
Period.
Yeah.
That should be your hourly rate.
I agree.
But
teachers don't get paid enough, that's for sure.
No, good Lord, they do not. And especially when they can pull off something like that.
Yeah.
Taking him from, being just behind, straight up behind. I mean, some of his early testing was literally like he scored a 0.
Yeah.
Like, it was bad. And the fact that now he's up to like 84, 95, between 84 and 95% in all these spaces, it's like, damn, girl, how did you... And like, we've been reading every night. TJ and I snuggle and we read together, and he reads to me as part of his homework. And I have been shocked because we've been reading the Magic Treehouse books.
Okay.
And those are great books. A friend of George gave us a set of them. They're really awesome, like, for his exact kind of age. And he's throwing through some of these words that I'm reading with him, and I'm fully expecting him to have to stop.
Right.
And he's not.
That's
He came across the word magnolia, and he was like, magnolia, right? And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Like, and he's going through these words and he's getting way better at sounding them out. And there are these words that I'm absolutely positive he's going to get stuck on that word. Nope. Flies right through him.
That's fantastic.
Like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
good. So there's kind of 2 things I want to talk about today. One might be a little bit of a quick convo, but I remember having this conversation with our friend Johan, like,
Okay.
our friend Johan has a son who is about 8 months younger than TJ.
Yes.
And we had a conversation one night. I got tickets to the Kevin Smith show when he came here, and Johan went with me. And we were kind of chit-chatting before the show, and he said something that has just kind of stuck with me, because being new parents, and in this day and age that we live in, we're constantly posting pictures of our kids.
Yes.
Okay, every little thing they do is posted, right? And I said, just kind of offhandedly and just kind of making chit chat, I was like, I wonder how our kids like are gonna grow up knowing that their lives have been documented in such a way, like since birth, that no previous generation has ever experienced. And Johan said, I worry that it's going to create a lot of narcissists. And it really kind of stuck with me, this idea of like, there's so much focus on, taking pictures and posting stories and once again, documenting your child's life. How do you avoid raising a narcissistic kid? And it worries me, like TJ will say things, and this, I know it's so stupid, but this popped in my head this week because TJ was like, George was putting him to bed, and TJ's bedroom is right across the hall from ours. And I can hear their conversations as I'm kind of walking around. And a lot of times their bedtime conversations are super cute, right?
Yeah.
And TJ has been really, really, really into How to Train Your Dragon recently.
Mm-hmm.
And he said to George, what if we had a baby dragon and I could raise him from the time he's a baby? That would be so cool. And George was like, until he gets big enough to eat you. Sure.
Right.
And TJ just goes, nah, he's not going to eat me. I'm too precious. I was like, oh.
Right? Yep.
And I know it's stupid and it's ridiculous, but it did pop into my head. Like, he does seem to have this idea that he is too special for something bad to happen to. And that worries me. I know it's stupid, but it does worry me.
I don't think it's stupid.
I don't know. I just was like,
I don't know.
How do you avoid raising a narcissist in this day and age where everything is every little cute thing they do is put out to the world? You know, I mean, I guess you don't have to do that necessarily, but
right.
I don't know.
It still gets done.
I don't know.
Well,
Right.
maybe this will be an interesting experiment because, you know, TJ, like, you know, Johan's son, our only child, they're only kids, whatever. Whereas I have 4 of them. So maybe, like, since I do it for all of mine, so they don't really see it as something special because it's done for each of them. Whereas, like, TJ only sees that it's done for him, and Johan's son only sees that it's done for him. Maybe that'll make a difference.
That's an interesting point.
So maybe if you showed TJ like how it's done for like all the kids and not necessarily just for him, maybe that would help to counter that, oh, I'm so special, the world knows about me, maybe kind of mentality. I don't know.
Maybe. I agree with that. And I mean, the thing that holds me, because TJ really, 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 and I know I'm like one of 10 billion parents out there that have a child that thinks the same thing, but TJ really, really, really wants to have his own YouTube channel where he does like gaming stuff. And I worry about that because he'll ask me, he knows about the podcast, right?
Yes.
And he'll ask me, how many subscribers do you have? How many listeners do you have? And I worry that if he gets a YouTube channel, like he's tying one of the symptoms of being a narcissist is craving adoration more than actual real connections.
Right.
And like real friendships.
Mm-hmm.
And that does worry me that would create even more of that, oh, I don't actually know these people. I'm just glad they listened to me.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know, but he's such a little character that I'm just like, should I let him do it?
Well,
know.
Olivia and Amelia have both been bugging about having a YouTube channel. And I'm just like, why? Why do you want to do this? And they're like, because we like to sing and we like to dance and all these other kids do it, so why can't we? And I'm just like, because I don't want you to. I don't want to exploit my children yet.
I know. And that's the other thing that I'm just like, I don't know if I want, I look at and I know we talked about this early in the show, but I look at that Ryan's toy review kid.
Yes.
And how so many people criticize his parents, and I didn't like him not because like his parents are exploiting him or something. I didn't like him for totally different reasons, and not him as a person. Okay, I'm not attacking a child. Okay,
right.
I just wasn't my cup of tea. Right, and thank God TJ really got past the Ryan phase.
Yeah,
really fast because I was just like, no. It's kind of like Caillou. Fuck Caillou. No.
Right.
I was not. I didn't tolerate that bald little bastard. No. Fuck him. I hate that kid. I really do.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's fantastic.
I banned that kid in my house so fucking fast. I was like, you can watch anything on this Baby First network and on all this.
Right.
Nope, not that. Nope.
Right?
Nope.
Yeah, I think Gabby was the only one that experienced Caillou and Dora the Explorer. The other 2 did not, or the other 3 did not.
Yeah, TJ didn't really get into Dora at all. Or I tried to get him in because I really thought I liked that Doc McStuffins. I
Yeah.
thought that was very cute.
Yeah.
It was, although I did watch the Patton Oswalt special where he was just like, this could go really dark if you wanted it to.
Right. Yeah.
Because she's kind of
Absolutely.
doing, medical stuff like, oh, Mrs. Potato Head's having a breech birth. Like,
That's ridiculous.
I thought it was funny as hell. Oh my God, I love Patton Oswalt. But anyway, he really did get past that phase pretty quickly. Now he does love to watch those YouTube videos of people playing video games. And he's already got a name, like, of what he wants to call his channel. Like, he's like, I'm TJ the Gamer. I'm like, okay, got it. Like, he knows what he wants to do.
That's fantastic.
Maybe we should create a channel for just our kids and I don't know, maybe just limit it. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way to encourage him. If he wants to be a creative person that puts things out there, like, I want to encourage that. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But at the same time, you read all these kids, like your girl said, all the other kids do it. Like, every kid has their own channel,
Right.
like, and thinking they're going to be the next Ryan, know?
Yeah. I don't know. I have a very hard time with those videos. My kids watch them. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I let them watch them even though I don't like them because it keeps them occupied. It gives them something to do and gives me a moment without them constantly nagging or asking for something or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? It's just like Liam, he loves watching the FGTV dude and I cannot stand him. He is so obnoxious.
I
And-
hate the FGTV dude.
Right? But at the same time, that's just my opinion of him. He's not doing anything wrong. He's playing games with
No.
his kids and teaching other people how to play games and stuff. His personality just drives me bonkers.
There's
But-
one video that they did that I will watch with TJ that I think is hilarious. Is their watermelon video where they like did the rubber bands on the watermelons to make them explode.
I don't know if I saw that one.
It's actually a really funny one. It's really
Yeah.
cute and it's the whole family and they're all doing the watermelon rubber band thing trying to get the watermelon to and
Yeah.
they're doing it out in the yard and it straight up explodes in the funniest way with the family. But that
Yeah.
video is not focused on the dad. It's
Right.
focused on them as a family doing something
Right.
fun.
Right.
And a part of me thinks that would be fun for the kids, doing those things as a family. That to me is
Yeah.
more wholesome than sitting there screaming at a fucking video game that I'm like, okay.
Right? That's the hardest part I have with it is all the screaming that he does. I'm just like, why? Why is that necessary? But
God.
maybe if you wanted to try that, what we could do, because me and my summertime calendars, I'll do like one day a week where I'll do like science experiments and stuff, and we could totally get all the kids together and do like, some science experiments or like some crafts or something and, to give it a try that way.
I like that. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And I got this, and for Christmas, my dad got TJ and I this camera with like a shotgun mic and the whole nine to record YouTube videos. 'Cause my
Right.
dad is like, I think it's a great idea. He's got a great little personality, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We could that sounds like more fun
Right.
to me.
Well,
Like-
and that's always been kind of like mine and Mike's excuse to Amelia and Olivia because they're thinking that they can just walk around with their little, fire tablets and record stuff. And I'm like, no, you can't. You have to have better equipment. You have to have microphones. You have to have, good computers and all this stuff. You don't want to just make, splotchy videos to put on YouTube.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
and that's the other thing is you don't want it out there to the point where like their friends and classmates are seeing it and now they're teasing them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
now you're into a whole new level of bullying. That's
right.
like, do we
Yeah.
need this too on top of everything? Probably
Right?
not.
Probably not. Well, why don't we
Just saying.
yeah, why don't we revisit that and we can figure out some stuff that we want to try to get the kids together and do. I think it'd be fun.
Absolutely. I will send you. There's actually one of my favorite YouTubers is a guy. Oh my God, I love this guy. He's so funny. And I know you've seen his video because it came out at a point where I believe we were all still working together. I think maybe. So this guy's name is Brandon Ferris, and I'm pretty sure I've shared this video with you guys. Or I think Sophia is the one who shared it with me because she was like, "You're gonna love this." It's him painting a Bob Ross painting.
Yes, I've seen that.
That dude. Oh my
Yes.
God, he is so freaking funny. I love him to death. There's one of these videos. Somebody tried to glitter bomb him. And they sent him a box. I shit you not. He weighed it. Of 53 pounds of untethered glitter just in a box. This giant box that came up to like his hip, filled with purple glitter. And he opened it, like the box said to open it from the side.
Yeah.
Like this side up, open over here, and it would have just... But he opened it from the top and was like, what the fuck? Somebody tried to glitter bomb me, right? He gets a giant, he's like, I'm going to show you how to glitter bomb properly. And he gets a giant, one of those like 46-pound blade fan or 46-inch blade fans. It turns it on and dumps this glitter in his office.
That's ridiculous.
Glitter. Like, you're going to have glitter coming out of your pores until you die.
Right?
And there's a point in the video where he says, you send me a box of 53 pounds of untethered glitter and I'm going to do something stupid with it. Like, and it's so funny.
Right?
And TJ has me say it all the time.
Did you ever see my my crafting meme about glitter on Instagram like forever ago?
Something about it being the herpes of the craft world or something. Yes.
The glitter's the herpes of the craft world because just when you think it's gone, it comes right back.
It really freaking does. Oh my God. It's hilarious. But I love him to death. But one of the videos he did, I'll send it to you. He'll do a bunch of like 5-minute crafts, right? But he'll also do a science experiment one. He did a science experiment once that blew up in his office and blew up in his kitchen. And it was the funniest thing. Basically what he does is he takes a water bottle and he puts some hydrogen peroxide in it along with some yeast and some food coloring. Well, that combination should just make like a foaming type thing.
Right.
And it was supposed to like foam and bubble over, but he didn't just let it go. He put a lid on it.
Oh, God.
And then it started to expand and he tried to open the lid and all over the camera, all over his walls, all over the ceiling, everything. And then he's still filming. He picks up the tray and takes it to the kitchen just to try to dispose of it.
Right.
And it explodes and you can hear it from where the camera is set stationary to all the way to his kitchen. You can hear a big old pop and you hear him from the kitchen go, oh my God. And then he takes the camera into the kitchen and it is at blue dye and foam everywhere. And it's between that and the glitter. I'm like, you are not getting your security deposit back, sir. I hate to break it to you.
Oh, that's fantastic.
God. I love it. Okay. I do think we should keep thinking about that because that sounds like fun. Having the kids do like arts and crafts and science experiments. I think that would be a blast. I love that idea.
We could do like a painting day where you could walk the kiddos through like a nice simple painting. You know, we could do like the elephant toothpaste and we could make a freaking volcano.
Heck yeah. TJ and I have made volcanoes with like little mini ones.
Yeah.
And, oh my God, he's just gotten the biggest kick out of that. We should we should do that. Let's start making lists of like arts and crafts and science experiments for the kids to do this summer.
Right? And it'll give the kids something to look forward to. Like they'll know like on this day of, you know, the month or the week or whatever that they have, you know, something fun and exciting to do.
Absolutely. Okay. So let's talk about one thing that This is so fucked up. So we got an email from a listener, Martin. Hi, Martin. Thank you so much for emailing. He said he really enjoyed the fucking Leonard series.
Fucking Leonard. Damn it. It still makes
Leonard.
me mad when I say that. Fucking Leonard.
Fucking Leonard, man. Jesus God. But he sent us an email and he asked for a different deep dive. And he was like, maybe one that doesn't involve murder to make Jessica feel more comfortable. And I thought that would be great.
Okay.
Like,
I have to interrupt real quick just so I don't forget. When you're done, remind me to tell you about the Chris Watts thing. That was the one that we talked about last time, right? The guy from Colorado, was that his name?
Yeah, tell me now.
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay, so Gabby asked me if she could have our Netflix login info so that she could watch Netflix on the bus on the way home.
Oh, God.
And I was like, well, are you going to get in trouble for it? Is it okay? And she's like, well, yeah, it's fine as long as we have headphones so that it's not, blaring all over the bus. So I was like, okay, but if you get in trouble, then, that's that. We're not going to do it anymore.
Right.
And so she came home and I asked her, I was like, did the Netflix stuff work? And she's like, yeah, I was able to get on. And I watched a documentary and I was like, really? You watched a documentary?
Oh, God.
Because normally she watches, like cooking shows and, stuff like that. And I was like, well, what documentary did you watch? And she was like, oh, I watched the documentary about that guy who killed his wife and his daughters. And I was like, you watched what? And she was like, yeah. I was like, you watched the Chris Watts documentary? She's like, yeah, that was his name. She's like, I didn't have time to get through it all on the bus, so I watched the rest of it when I got home. And I was like, you watched the whole thing? She was like,
oh my God.
She was like, yeah. I was like, it didn't bother you at all?
That was too much
like,
for me.
That's what I told her. I was like, Laura and I just talked about how we weren't going to cover that case because it was too much for her. So we automatically know if it's too much for Laura, then there's no way that I'm mentally going to be able to handle it. And
I wish you guys could see me on this video right now because I am sitting here just like covering my eyes. I'm waving my arms like, oh my God, is she all right? Is she traumatized? It traumatized me.
No,
oh
I know.
God.
And that's what I asked her. I was like, you weren't bothered by it? It didn't upset you? Do you have questions? Do we need to talk about it? And she was like, no, Mama, it was fine. I was like, that just blows my mind. And that right there shows you just how fucked up having kids, just how much it fucks you up having kids. Because,
yeah.
And I told her, you know what? When I was your age before I had kids, I would have been able to do the same thing. But now that I have kids, my brain is an emotional TwatWaffle.
There you go. An emotional I like that. That is going to be the name of this episode. An emotional TwatWaffle.
There you go. Oh but yeah, like God. It just totally blew my mind that she watched it. It's just like it really sucks what he did, but we can't change it now. And I was like, you amaze me. Your young. God, your young little brain amazes me. So
see, that's the thing is, Tanya and I were talking about this because not this last episode I just put up yesterday, but the one before that, she talked about Avery having a baby, like him and his girlfriend are about to have a baby. Yes. And I said to her, I'm really curious to see Avery as a father because we all said it when we worked together. And I told her, I'm not saying anything I didn't say to her, so nobody think I'm talking crap behind Tanya's back, okay? I said to her, we all saw you because we worked with her day in, day out during Avery's teenage years. She had a fucking hell of a time with Avery.
Yeah.
And we all said it. When he gets older and has his own family, he's going to look back at this and be like, God damn. And I mean, he's already done it with her. He's already said to her multiple times, God, I am so sorry. I was an asshole. Like, and I'm really curious to see him as a father now. Like, he's already figured out some of that without even having kids. So I'm really curious to see him as a father and how he maybe connects those dots. I'm really curious to see when Gabby gets older, if that rings a, like, I don't know. Oh my
Yeah.
God. I'm glad she's
Right?
okay. Like, I'm sitting here freaking out going, oh my God, does she need therapy? Because I feel like I
know.
needed therapy after that story.
I
Oh my
I know.
God.
That's why I was just like, I just sat there with my mouth hanging open, like, you did what?
You did what? Exactly. You did what?
I mean, you
Here
know,
was
but
the thing. We didn't talk about this part of the story, but I kind of wanted to. But I was just like, bitch. Ooh.
with which story?
The Chris Watts story.
Oh, okay, okay.
The mistress. Fuck and her.
I didn't know there was a mistress. I thought he was accusing her, the wife, of having an affair.
Oh,
I
he
didn't
did for
know.
like 2 seconds. Oh no, he
Oh,
was straight
okay.
up. Oh my God. Okay, so let's back up here. Let me tell you about this mistress.
Okay.
'Cause
Well, hold
fuck
on.
her.
Hold on. Real quick. Do we need
Okay.
to finish our listeners' email real quick, or do you want to wrap back to that?
We'll wrap back to that. We will
Okay.
absolutely. Good call. But we will
Okay.
wrap back to that. Okay. Because I
Okay.
did want. This is the one part of the Chris Watts thing, other than the friend at the beginning, was the mistress. Screw you. Okay, mistress. Now, for the most part, and this is just me, don't come at me, my opinion, okay? I personally, I hold the mistress or the other man or whatever less responsible in a cheating situation. They're not the ones that took vows. I'm sorry, okay? They're not the ones who took the vows. Be mad at the cheater,
Yeah.
not the person he cheated with. Because if it wasn't
Yeah.
them, it was going to be somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If they're going to cheat, they're going to cheat. That's just me, my opinion.
Yeah.
Come at me. Anyway, but this particular cuntsicle, she really took the cake for me. So her and Chris Watts worked together. And after Chris found out they were pregnant with the third baby, right?
Mm-hmm.
They started to have problems, I guess, and she left to go visit their family back in like North Carolina for 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And he took that 6 weeks as an opportunity to be a fucking slut, right?
Okay.
And he started hooking up with this girl that honestly pretty much looks like a younger version of his wife. Okay. Which always just kind of throws me off. But the two of them have this affair. She clearly knows he's married. Now, she claimed later that he said they were already in the midst of separating.
Okay.
Right? But her Google history shows that ain't true.
Yeah.
Okay? Her Google history is ridiculous. It's like, my married lover says he'll leave his wife, so clearly you knew they weren't separated.
Right. Yeah.
Okay? Fuck off. They don't believe she knew about the murders or said anything like, you should get rid of your family. They don't believe that she was involved like that. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So let's just make sure to make that clear here.
Okay.
Not accusing her of being part of the murders. But what bugged the ever-loving shit out of me is after everything came out publicly and when she was still missing and they hadn't found the bodies yet, she did contact the police. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Good job. However,
Boy.
then her Google history gets even more sordid, right?
Yeah.
She literally Googled Amber Fry. Did people hate Amber Fry? Amber Fry book deal and Amber Fry net worth. Now, for those of you who don't know, Amber Fry was the mistress of Scott Peterson, the piece of shit that murdered Lacey Peterson, his pregnant wife, blah, blah, blah.
God.
Now, Amber Fry, she did not know that Scott Peterson was married.
Okay.
So she didn't know. You clearly knew, number one. And number two, they ain't even found these people's bodies yet, these babies. And you're Googling how much she made from her book deal.
Right.
You opportunistic little fucking bitch. Ew.
Right.
Ew. Ew. I'm sorry. That to me just threw my brain for a
Yes.
fucking loop. I don't blame her for the affair. I'm sorry, I really don't. That to me, that's on him. Yeah,
Yeah.
Is she morally questionable? Sure. But morally questionable and morally repugnant?
Yeah.
Googling how much money Amber Fry made on the murder of someone?
Yeah. That's
And
pretty
oh,
bad.
by the way, before she went to the police, she spent a good chunk of time, and I mean a good chunk of time, Googling how you could delete text messages so the cops couldn't recover them.
That's ridiculous.
I'm sorry, bitch. That girl, I was like, you cock juggling thunder cunt. I got no other words for you. Like, that's gross.
Yeah.
Ugh. Anyway, I'm glad Gabby's okay.
Yeah. No.
Jesus.
Yeah, me too. I know.
I was sitting here freaked the whole time. I wish y'all could see me. Jess can tell you the whole time she's talking, I'm like covering my face and just like, oh God, do we need to get her therapy? What happened?
I know, right?
I know some therapists. I can have them reach out.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay. So Martin sent us an email saying, hey, really liked the fucking Leonard deep dive. Maybe a story not about murder would make Jessica happy. And he suggested, and he said, like, it's been covered a lot, and I agree, but he's like, I'd really love to hear you guys' take on it. He wanted to know about the Varsity Blues, Operation Varsity Blues, the college admission scandal with all the celebrities that were paid, because there's a documentary on Netflix. And I watched it. And basically, Martin's point was, there's only so much you can fit in a documentary. It would be interesting to hear like a deep dive. And obviously, there's been tons reported on it. But basically, he was like, I'd love to hear you ladies' opinion. And I'm like, okay. So I started looking into it. I think we might do it. But in the course of my research, Martin, just so you know, I came across this BuzzFeed article that I really want to talk to you about.
Okay. Okay.
This BuzzFeed I was just looking up like school scandals in general.
Okay.
And this BuzzFeed article came up that says people are sharing the worst scandals that actually happened at their schools. And it's dark.
Oh boy.
And it says people on Reddit are sharing the biggest scandals and controversies that rocked their school back in the day. And all I can say is holy crap. It all started when Reddit user YouLostWarning2588 posed a question to the internet. What is the worst scandal to happen at your school? The thread quickly went viral as thousands of people started sharing their school's creepiest, strangest, and most twisted stories.
Man.
Below are some of the top voted responses. But be warned, some of them are pretty upsetting and dark.
Oh.
I'm going to skip some of the darkest ones, but some of these I was like, oh, shit, son.
Wow.
Okay, here we go. You're going to enjoy this list.
Okay.
Number 1. The math teacher left his wife of 18 years for one of the graduating seniors.
Oh, God.
Look at your... Oh, God.
That's just horrible.
The principal slept with a student and his nudes and sexts were leaked.
Gross.
Ouch.
That makes it even worse.
Ouch. One year, they were trying a new method of preventing cheating, where a man from the administration comes to class before every exam and collects students' phones, right?
Okay.
Okay, fine. So there's like one designated teacher that like, hey, you know, Mr. McComb has a math test today. I'm just going to go take their phones for a little bit and then bring them back. Okay, fine. This was working at first, and it was, quote unquote, preventing cheating until one day some guy snuck into our high school and pretended to be the man who collects the phones. He stole the whole high school's phones and left.
Oh my God. Seriously?
Brilliant.
Yeah, but...
Fucked up.
Yeah.
Be like, where'd the dude with the phones go?
Right?
I don't know.
Right. That's just messed up on more than one level.
I really want to know the follow-up to that story. Like, did the school have to, like, compensate the parents for the stolen phones? Like, did they get them back? I don't...
Right?
I really want to know the follow-up to that story.
Yeah.
Oh, God. This was... Oh. I'm going to say it, but...
Okay.
A student brutally murdered his parents. He was a friend and co-captain of the soccer team. His mom was our English teacher.
Oh, gosh.
So one of the students in the school murdered his parents, and one of his parents happened to be a teacher. Ouch.
Yeah, that's horrible.
We had a computer teacher / football assistant coach who was just blasted all day. He had so many DUIs that he had to get rides to work. But he was the cousin of the superintendent, so he got to keep his job. Let's just say that when he crashed a student's car in the parking lot, because he convinced them to let him borrow it, it was the beginning of the end. It was a small town. The scandal is that the super tried to cover it up by convincing the kid to take the heat for it.
Oh, God. Really?
To no one's surprise, the kid was not convinced, and they let him stay on as super for another 2 years. Why? Why wasn't he immediately fired?
Right?
Okay.
People are ridiculous.
The lunch lady was having sex with students and buying them alcohol.
Oh, God. That's gross.
Wow.
That's gross.
I'm just thinking about my lunch lady, and I'm like...
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
You want a
That
slice of pizza
hairnet.
with that?
That hairnet is sexy.
Pizza and porn. Gosh.
Oh my God. This one's funny. In high school, there was a scandal involving the teachers and a teachers club called the Hot Tub Club. Faculty members who had hot tubs would host a weekly hot tub party with other hot tub owners. Turns out they were all getting wasted and having swinging parties every Wednesday. Somebody's spouse found out about it, and there was a huge exodus of hot tub teachers in my senior year. At least they were fucking each other and not the students. I know that's probably is still bad, but...
You gotta focus on the positive, right?
Exactly. I'm a ray of fucking sunshine, I swear. Okay. Oh, this one was weird. My department lead, okay, allowed the baseball team to line up, and she gave them all blowjobs. Happened years ago and confirmed by veteran coworkers I knew. Recently, some of the boys that graduated years ago decided to inform the proper authorities. She was just transferred to another school. Still works in the district.
What?
Yeah. Why?
Oh, man.
Oh, this one's short, but yeah. 2 teen pregnancies. Same dude who happened to be a teacher.
Because you couldn't fire him after the first one?
I don't know. This one's fun. A kid in my class sent an email to the White House threatening to kill Socks, the Clintons' family cat. Secret Service showed up a few days after that when they tracked down the computer to the school's computer.
Oh, gosh.
Don't threaten the presidential pet. Okay?
Right?
It's just not smart.
No.
Like, you're still going to get Secret Service to your house.
Yeah.
Or to your school.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, my high school guidance counselor was sleeping with the science teacher's wife, and everybody knew about it. They got a divorce. Both teachers still work at the same school to this day, and the students will never, ever, ever let it go. This story has been handed down from year to year.
Yeah, I agree.
When the religion teacher cheated on her husband with the math teacher.
Oh, God.
Fuck.
Man, people just don't learn.
No, apparently not. This is the one that I was like, this is just a weird. Why? Why do this? Okay, do you know what the Harlem Shake is?
No.
Okay.
Is it a handshake?
No.
Sorry.
Not a handshake. This is the story. The Harlem Shake was a craze. We had a teacher who desperately enjoyed being popular. So he got in on the craze. He invited 40 pupils from my year to his classroom at lunch and filmed his own Harlem Shake video, which it's in and of itself would have been against safeguarding rules. Yeah, probably not the world's smartest. Thing is, he also taught sex ed. So everyone got into his cupboard before the start of the video for props, quote unquote. The video was essentially a group of 14-year-olds throwing dildos and condoms around the room while he, of his own accord, grinded on a life-size cutout of the Pope.
What?
Y'all should see Jessica's face right now.
I just drooled on myself a little.
Her mouth was hanging open. Like, probably the biggest mouth gape I've ever seen Jessica give. Just, are you fucking kidding me?
For the Pope? Gosh.
Why? How did the Pope get involved in this? I don't understand. He was suspended under investigation for half of the year, but surprisingly kept his job. He was a lot more professional when he returned. Now Jessica's got a different face.
Why would you even let somebody like that return? I don't get it.
Like I said, it was just a weird one.
Yeah,
there's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot wrong with that one.
This one's just funny. Someone shat in the band room.
Ew.
One of the teachers brought a gun. One teacher had a physical fight with a kid. One teacher dated a student. I live in Florida.
Good old Florida.
Like that tagline is like meant to like just, and then you just kind of go, oh, it's Florida.
Yeah, it's Florida.
Like, makes sense.
We love Florida. No offense.
No offense to Florida. Okay. When the history teacher got fired for watching porn on his desk computer between classes.
Oh, God.
This one's okay. I was at home on a Sunday watching the news with my mom when all of a sudden my 6th grade teacher's mugshot showed up on the screen, and it said that she and her husband were pulled over and the police found 6 pounds of high-grade weed. It led them to a search warrant of their home, and they literally slept on an inflatable mattress. The whole house was a grow-up.
Well, it's better than having sex with your students, I guess.
There you go. Okay, so this is the last one.
Okay.
A teacher lied for 4 years about being a decorated war hero. The guy claimed to have not 1, but 2 Purple Hearts, among other things, and he never even served a day in the military. But it gets juicier. The truth came out because his ex-wife exposed him, sending evidence he was making it all up to the local news station and to the school. Why'd she do it? The history teacher was having an affair with another teacher in the school.
Yeah, right? You can't have dirt if you're going to fuck around. You can't have dirt on you.
Nope. What is it? I think it's John Mulaney on one of his Netflix specials. Mm-hmm. He's talking about how when he was little, he would see like Dateline or something, and he would think, how can a person kill another person? He's like, and then I got cheated on. And I was like, oh, now I understand. And he's like, I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but anybody who's seen my dick and met my parents needs to die.
Oh my God. Oh man, these are special.
Oh yeah. So I think I will look into the Operation Varsity Blues, because I agree there were things in the documentary that I was like, well, wait a minute. And I get it. Like I went through the same thing when I researched the Theranos thing, or especially the Enron thing. When I watched the documentary, The Smartest Guys in the Room, I had questions. I was like, well, wait a minute, what about this and what about that? And then I read the Smartest Guys in the Room book and was like, oh, it really did fill in a lot of the blanks. And I think there is a book that might be either out or coming out or something, but I will definitely look into that, because that is the documentary itself was really interesting to kind of see the breakdown of the justification and it's kind of how it happened. I get why it's a fascinating story, and it's interesting in just kind of doing like high level research. After I got the email from Martin, there was a lady that I was just like, seriously? And even the article called it out. They were like the unrealistic expectations of parents. Mm-hmm. This lady was paying like $19,000. I don't remember if it was a year or a semester for a private kindergarten that guaranteed that your child, if they went to that school, would get into an Ivy League college. And her kid was just in kindergarten, and apparently the curriculum guaranteed that they would learn 1 new letter a week, and she felt that they were focusing too much time on shapes. So she sued the school. Bitch,
My
she's in
gosh.
kindergarten. Take a breath.
Right?
Okay? Take a breath.
Yeah.
I get wanting to set your kids up for success, but unrealistic expectations are not going to help them succeed. All right?
Yeah.
I
agree.
Just take it down. Just take it down. Just a skosh. Just a little bit.
Right?
Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and wrap this one up. TJ is actually at mom and dad's, and he's going to be
Ooh.
coming home soon. So...
Awesome. Okay.
But I will keep looking into that. And if there's any other deep dive topics or any other topics you guys want to cover, make sure to send them to theparentmemoirs@yahoo.com. So until next time, I'm Laura Mack.
I'm Jessica James.
Love your faces.
Keep it sane.
Hey, Parent Peeps. Make sure to subscribe on iTunes or on your favorite podcasting platform. Stay strong, mommies and daddies. Love your faces.